What's up, y'all? Welcome to Nostalgic Sports. Today we are talking possible expansion cities for the UFL, Part 3. Back when we found out the USFL and the XFL merged, we were happy until we found out we were losing 8 teams that were already established to form the UFL. Glad spring football survived, but it was definitely a bummer losing some of the teams. So I'll say it again, I would like those teams to be brought back to the league in some regard before we move on to new cities to build new fan bases. The Seattle Sea Dragons and the New Orleans Breakers are the two past teams that I think need to be brought back the most, and I think it's important to give the cities their teams back. But after all of that is taken care of, the league will definitely be looking to expand if it's in the financial place to, and there are so many options the league has to branch out to. Between Part 1 and Part 2 of this series, I covered 11 possible expansion cities already, so if it's not in this list, I possibly covered it already, and I'll leave the links for Part 1 and 2. But getting started on today's list in no particular order, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa is an expanding city ranking the second most populated city in Oklahoma, and I see the UFL definitely looking into Tulsa for expansion. Tulsa is located in the middle of all the UFL teams we have, and that would make travel easy and affordable for all the teams. Oklahoma is also a big football state, having die-hard college football fans for OU and OSU. Tulsa University's football program has also been on the rise as well. In Part 1, I covered Oklahoma City, but I think Tulsa will definitely be considered for the UFL as well. Another selling point is having the university right there in the city where they could potentially use Tulsa University's football stadium where it would fit a UFL team nicely with a capacity of 30,000. Tulsa also has a history with the USFL from the 80s where they used to have a team, the Oklahoma Outlaws, that played in Tulsa at the same stadium they could potentially play in today. It would be really cool to see them bring that team name back. The Tulsa Twisters would be an awesome name also. Logistically, Tulsa would be one of the easiest cities to expand to, and I see the team being embraced there if the UFL brought a team to Tulsa. They also are home to a successful minor league hockey team, the Oilers, and they have an indoor football team in the IFL. And the state of Oklahoma has no NFL team, so the market is definitely there, and they could definitely bring in a lot of their college football fans. The next city to be considered is Charleston, South Carolina. Charleston is the most populous city in South Carolina, with a few other major cities in the state being not far away of a drive. South Carolina is a big football state, having a lot of love for their college football team, the Gamecocks, that won't be far away, and they could definitely draw in from that crowd and from their other surrounding schools. In Charleston, they also have the Citadel Bulldogs college football team, or maybe they could play at their home field, the Johnson Hood Stadium. I know the capacity is small at around 15,000, but I think it will be big enough based on other teams' attendance and could feel like a packed stadium. They also have a successful pro soccer team, the Charleston Battery, and a minor league baseball team. With no NFL team, I think the market would be a good spot for the UFL to expand to, and geographically, it's also a good spot, not being far out of range of the other teams, and travel wouldn't be that hard at all. I think it would be a good option for the UFL to consider. Next city, we will be going out west, which is something that we have talked about, that is something the league is looking to do in the future, is expand westward, as we don't have any teams west of Texas, and they will be looking to bring in all those markets of fans. They definitely need to bring back Seattle, but when they do, they will want another team close for travel, and they could consider Boise, Idaho. A lot of people know Boise for their college football team, Boise State Broncos, and they can tap into their awesome fan base. And there isn't much of a pro scene there, so it's wide open potential for a UFL team. They have a successful pro hockey team, the Boise Steelheads, and baseball, the Hawks, and I think the UFL could definitely bring in some more entertainment to Boise. Also, if they are lucky, they could get to play at Albertson Football Stadium that just pops on the TV with the blue turf on the field. That's definitely different. I'd love to see them do that with their UFL team and have a blue field. I think Boise would be a good start to a Western division in the league, and they would embrace a professional football team there. Next up, we have another city in the West, Sacramento, California. The state of California has the biggest economy of any state, and the league would definitely like to get into that money. And with Sacramento being the capital of California, it's an interesting spot. I think it helps that is an option for the fact that California has 3 NFL teams, so it's probably best to go to a major city there, that there's more of an open football market, and Sacramento fits that. They have a successful NBA team in the Kings and a minor league baseball team, the River Cats. And for football, they have a college team, the Sacramento State Hornets. And I think the city is big enough to support a UFL team. And in the past, Sacramento has had football teams in the WLF, the Surge, and crazily enough, they used to have a Canadian Football League team, the Sacramento Gold Miners. I think the interest would be there in Sacramento, and it would be a nice addition bringing California into the UFL. Next up, we have Colorado Springs, Colorado. Colorado Springs is the second most populous city in the fast expanding state of Colorado, and I think it would be a good destination for the league to start its westward expansion. It's relatively close to the other teams, especially Texas, and could be a good connecting piece to California. Colorado Springs is home to Switchbacks FC, a successful soccer team, and home to the Air Force Academy with a successful football program and fan base. Both stadiums could be used to host a UFL team, but I could see them doing similar to the DC Defenders and sharing a stadium with the soccer team where the field can be easily converted and the stadium is more compact, so it'll be easier to fill up and look more packed. I could definitely see that working out as a choice for the UFL. There are so many cities that are a possibility for the UFL to expand to, and if the success continues, I see it gradually happening. Hopefully they approach it slow and not all at once, as finances are the biggest key to the growth of the league. If you thought I missed a team, check out parts 1 and 2. Maybe I've already talked about that city. But for any cities you'd like to see the UFL expand to that I haven't covered yet, leave them in the comments and let me know, or what you think about my choices. And if this video does well, I will continue the series, as I know we all like talking expansion and there are plenty of options left to cover. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more UFL and other sports content coming soon.